So, the Mushroom Kingdom is going to need some better healthcare ASAP, because Nintendo's announced they're ending Dr. Mario World on October 31st this year, which is the second Nintendo app to do so, following Miitomo, which also happened shortly after its second anniversary. They were both so young, too. But since Miitomo was more of a service than anything, Dr. Mario World is arguably the first Nintendo mobile game to befall such a fate. And as a fan of the game, I find that a little disappointing. Attempting to launch it past October 31st will result in an end-of-service notification appearing, preventing the game from being played further. Though, apparently, you'll be able to view your play history on an upcoming webpage titled Dr. Mario World Memories, which is a cute idea, but doesn't really solve any of the problems or precedents that this introduces. And it all raises a big question. What does Dr. Mario World ending mean for the rest of Nintendo's mobile games, like Mario Kart Tour, Fire Emblem Heroes, or even upcoming ones like the Pikmin mobile game? But first, we need to explore why Dr. Mario World was likely shut down in the first place. Like Miitomo, the game simply wasn't very successful in its earnings. Yep, it always comes down to the bottom line. Even looking at the last year alone, Dr. Mario World stands out as rather low in its earnings compared to Nintendo's other more active mobile games. And since Nintendo's mobile games are server-based, meaning you must be connected to the internet to play them, that costs Nintendo money to maintain them. And so when the servers are taken down, the game can no longer communicate with them, and thus goes offline permanently. So it probably, simply, wasn't profitable for Nintendo to keep running, which sucks if you're a fan of the game, and especially sucks if you've poured money into it yourself. Because not only are you losing access to the game, but everything that goes with it, including all of the money you may have dumped into it in the hopes of unlocking new elements, like special doctors in Dr. Mario World, special drivers in Mario Kart Tour, or special units in Fire Emblem Heroes. And while it may only be a few dollars for some, that might be dozens or hundreds for others. And that's a slap in the face to anyone who's invested money into them, because it's not an investment at all, as this exposes the fragility of digital ecosystems we often find ourselves sucked into. When Nintendo eventually pulls the plug on all of these games, you will have nothing to show for it, regardless of how much you spent. Now, while Nintendo has also cut off the ability to buy premium currency in Dr. Mario World as of the time of the announcement, which is appreciated to prevent more money from being wasted, it does nothing for those who've already poured money into the game, including in the days leading up to the announcement. If someone dropped a few bucks into the game a few days or weeks before the announcement, they're probably regretting it right now, especially since Nintendo only provided about 90 days of advance notice in this case, and there's no reason to think that won't be repeated for future games. Now, to be fair, the other Nintendo mobile titles don't appear to be in any immediate danger of being discontinued soon, as they're much more successful. But then again, we didn't expect this of Dr. Mario World either, especially since it's continued to get new content even in the days ago leading up to the announcement. Heck, Apple's official App Store even encouraged people to play the game just a month ago. Did they know it would cease to exist in just a few months from then? I hope not. The point is, these games aren't going to remain popular forever. Okay, maybe except for Pokemon Go. That one's gonna outlive us all. Otherwise, it's a matter of when, not if. They too will befall a similar fate. And Dr. Mario World sets a concerning precedent that should make anyone second guess whether it's worth spending money or time into these mobile games in the first place, given their fleeting existence. And that's not even to speak of it from an archivist's perspective. Here's an example. Like it or not, Mario Kart Tour is a significant entry in the Mario Kart series, complete with unique tracks, characters, and even items. And these are all things that will be lost forever when the Grim Reaper comes through it too. And we think Nintendo can do better. In a perfect world, Nintendo would replace the server-dependent game with an offline version that comes with all the content unlocked, ensuring that the game remains available to be played by all, and no one gets screwed in the process. But even in the event of a game being shut down, Nintendo should offer a much longer announcement window beyond a mere 90 days. Perhaps a good 4 to 5 months, just like they did for Miitomo, which would give players much more time to assess whether it's worth spending money in the first place, rather than being caught by surprise mere months from the end of the game's existence, only to discover all their time and money is going to a landfill. I still enjoyed my time with Dr. Mario World, and I'm especially glad that I personally didn't spend much money on it. But it makes me concerned for those who have, and will continue to for Nintendo's future mobile games when they can be effectively turned off at any time. A company that's based around being family friendly and accessible to all can and should do better. With that, that's about everything we can surmise from the end of Dr. Mario World. Are you sad to see this game go? And do you guys think any other Nintendo mobile titles may follow? Do you hope to see a Dr. Mario on the Switch? Let us know your thoughts down below. Thank you all for watching, and make sure to subscribe to GameXplain for plenty more on Nintendo titles, and other things gaming as well. Check out the videos on the right for more content you might be interested in. Until next time, farewell.